Throughout history, we find entities that are complex to identify, whether due to their very nature or the sheer difficulty of even approaching them, as is the case with the one known as the Crone of Winter. Across the lands of what is now the United Kingdom, the complexity of this entity is evident even in her name, with various incarnations such as Black Annis or Cailleach bolus. The simplest and most common moniker is Béirre, though others prefer to call her simply Cailleach. At the same time, these aliases are tied to the most intricate aspect of her being, what she truly is. Some worship her as a goddess, while others perceive her as a spirit. And although both forms may be linked by the natural bond between deities and spirits, one can also find those who know her as a powerful witch. The answer is not a simple one. Frankly, the truth behind the mystery likely lies beyond mortal grasp. Even so, what you must understand is the role she has been granted through her various manifestations. This ancestral mother travels the land protecting the animals of her domain, wolves, wild boars, and deer, guarding them with the golden arrows she carries. Yet, to true hunters who practice their craft with integrity, she whispers in their ear, even guiding them at the exact moment to release their bowstring. For it is at the year's end, as the season nears its zenith, that she emerges. In this harsh and cruel time, she brings down the frozen white, withers the green, and spreads a wild veil that reaches far beyond the biting cold. Thus, some see her as a cruel and perilous entity, while others treasure her as a protective mother. Whatever the truth may be, only a few strangers truly know what happens when she is simply who she is, and not the one others believe they know. "My love, is it time once again?" he asked with melancholy, watching as his wife's smooth, milky skin slowly turned blue. "Another year has slipped away from us, and He paused for a moment. "For the first time, I feel my strength will not be enough to follow you." She turned toward him, crawling to reach him at the corner of the stairs, upon the sturdy porch of the cabin they shared. She placed her warm palm against the man's cheek, caressing the wrinkles of his face, searching the dimmed eyes that for decades had adored her with profound love. It was not the first time she had faced the death of a loved one. A vast chain of children and husbands accompanied her long life. Nonetheless, she had never wed anyone she did not love. "My love, my dear, sweet love, I love you and you love me, so nothing beyond us matters. Our children are grown and strong, so let's spend our time without regrets. Tomorrow is still far away. Today, I am still yours and you are still mine." Summoning strength from weakness, the old man put his arm around his wife and smiled as they gazed at the vast greenery surrounding their cabin, shifting in the distance into a wonderful tangle of yellow and orange, red and purple, and into a magnificent chestnut. With the coming of night, the wind turned freezing, lashing, roaring, and tearing away the leaves, carrying off the newly fallen bodies. In the distance, the howling of wolves heralded the hunt, alerting those who still lay sleeping, unaware. "My dear old man, my dear old man," she repeated over and over, preening her husband's figure. He would say his goodbyes shortly before dark. The woman's complexion withered during the day's turn, her flesh thinning her skin dull and riddled with moles. From her forehead, a new eye was opening, while one of the others had already been lost. With teeth like a bear's and tusks like a boar's, her raspy voice escaped even more agonizingly. With tears in her eyes, she finished saying her goodbyes and prepared to fulfill her duty. She dressed in a gray gown and a tartan shawl, her ashen hair falling over her shoulders. She took her husband's body and carried him outside, while the cabin erupted in flames with every step. Once outdoors, she watched the rite until nothing remained but ashes. Upon them, with her hammer, she raised a burial mound beneath which her husband would rest, a structure so grand that anyone would mistake it for a mountain. Hours had passed. She had lost herself, far too focused on the details. By the time darkness fell, a massive wolf stood waiting for her, remaining unnoticed so as not to interrupt his lady. The old woman, struggling against the heaviness of age and loss, rose from the ground, carefully bracing her knees. She walked away without looking back or uttering a single word. Her duty awaited her, and it could not be delayed. When he deemed it the right moment, the hound rose in haste, tucking himself beneath the woman's arm and settling in to make it easier for her to mount him as they soared bareback toward the firmament. The stars twinkled radiantly as the icy wind wiped away her tears, while she drew strength from the memories of her beloved. Through her act, the earth adorned itself, matching her silver hair. Little by little, every corner of her domain turned as frozen as the season demanded. Times had changed, long gone were the torches, replaced by blinding, radiant lights. The edge of the forest where she loved to rest was being carved away more and more each day, and as if that weren't enough, the strident noises brought back memories of the years of war. Still, as she did every year, her dedicated labor nourished the cycle, bringing a harsh season, yet one necessary before the rebirth. Months remained before her silver hair would return to its accustomed reddish hue, and even longer before her heart would be ready once more. Nevertheless, her motherly will move her to fight for all her children, watching with singular strength over those who dwell beneath her feet. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe.